Hi, me, Barbalicious.
Hi, everybody.
So tonight I'm doing a special supper. I do these up every once in a while where I send out a menu and I get my family to RSP me because I want to feel important. So tonight on the menu I am doing smoked. I'm going to show you how to smoke meat. I'm going to do smoked tilapia, 2 ways. I'm going to do it a lemon garlic and a dill. And then I'm going to do smoked burgers too because I haven't done hamburgers yet on the smoker, so I'm going to try that out. And then I'm going to do a garden salad and a pasta salad, and for dessert I'm doing a chocolate cake. So my chocolate cake is a wacky cake, and it's kind of like a chocolate cake brownie mixed together. It's a really moist cake. It is milkless and eggless. So it's very, very cheap to make, and anybody can do it. Any kid can do it. There's no rhyme or reason to putting the ingredients in the bowl. It's fast, it's easy, and it cooks in like 30 minutes, and it's a small little cake. I'm doubling the recipe, so that way I want to do a layered cake. So, but other than that, like it just does a small round cake, or you do an 8x8 little cake. So it's a small, easy little cake, and it's super, super delicious. So it calls for 1.5 cups of flour. So I've got one in there already. Just gotta grab some more. My flour bucket over here. So I'm gonna add that into there. So that's that. And then it is 1 teaspoon of baking powder, but like I said, I'm doubling it. So we'll do 1, 2, and then it's a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So 1 teaspoon of salt, I just add it in my hand like so. There we go. And then it's some sugar. So it's a cup of sugar, so I'm gonna do it regular, but I'm doubling it, remember? So 2 cups of sugar. Like so. And then it calls for 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So 1, 2, because I'm doubling, remember? And then it's 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm out of cocoa powder, which is fine. It's chocolatey. I'll be okay. And then I'm gonna give this a little stir. Like so, just stir it up. I do have to run downtown to get supplies for my supper tonight, so I'll see, maybe I might have to go grab some more cocoa. We'll see. We will taste it at the end. If I feel it's not chocolatey enough, then I'll just add cocoa powder when I get back from downtown before I cook it. Okay, so now it wants a tablespoon of vanilla, or teaspoon of vanilla. So 1 and 2. And then it calls for 5 tablespoons of butter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy, 6. I am short on everything. Boy, do I need to go grocery shopping. What did I say, 6? That's 7. 8. Because I don't have any more butter, I will just add a little bit of oil to it, just because it'll work the same. So, my oil. Over here. Okay, so 8, 9, 10. There we go. That'll work. Can't substitute anything for chocolate, but I can for that. And then it calls for 1 tablespoon of vinegar. So we'll do that. 1 and 2. And then it's on top of it all, it's 1 cup of warm water. So I'm just gonna heat up some water here, get it warm. And then we'll add it into that. Just give it a bit of a stir here for a second. Yeah, I'm making a mess. Love making messes. Okay, so my water is warm. There's cups of warm water. All over on top, like so. And we'll mix it up. And I just mix it with a wooden spoon, and I only mix it until it's just combined. Don't overmix it, because then it just becomes a tough cake, right? So, and to this, like you can add chocolate chips to this, like white chips, chocolate chips. You can add nuts to it if you want, peanuts, granola, coconut, you know, whatever. Like I usually add, like I make these as muffins sometimes, and I will add chocolate chips to it, so then they're chocolate chip muffins. You can add like those, what do you call it? Peanut butter chips and butterscotch chips. Like, yeah, it's a really yummy thing you can add stuff to. Okay, so I got it all combined as much as I want it to be. And I'm gonna kind of taste it here to see if it's chocolatey enough. You know what? That's actually really good. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. I'm not gonna add any more cocoa to it, because it's chocolatey, but not chocolatey. Like it should be more chocolate to it, but this is gonna work. So I have my 2 greased pans over here. I just grease them. I don't flour them or anything like that. Sometimes I'll put a piece of parchment paper on the bottom, but I'm out of parchment paper. So, you know, like I say, I think I need to do some shopping here. Do some shopping. Kind of out of a lot of stuff. Oh well, life goes on. So I'm just going to divide this up and put them in the pans. So, there. A little bit more to that one, and a little bit more to that one. And I have my oven at 350. These take about roughly a half an hour to 40 minutes to cook. It's a fast little cake. So there it is. Give it a couple of love taps. Get out the air bubbles. And what I do too is I put it on a cookie tray too. So that way it, no spillage when it bubbles up or cooks over. So I'm just gonna put this in the oven for about half an hour, 40 minutes, and I'll come back. Okay, bye. Okay, so I'm back. I'm gonna do a couple of dips for my thing tonight for the tilapia chicken, or fish, holy cow. Did I say that wrong? And then I've got a pasta salad here that I'm gonna do up too. So I'm gonna do it all up together because it's all the same ingredients. It's just going in different things. So I'm gonna do all 3 at the same time. So I'm gonna first start with, I'm going to do a Thousand Island dressing. So it could be used for the burgers and it could be used for salad too, for the salad that I'm doing tonight. So it calls for finely chopped onion, about 2 tablespoons or so. So just cut that up, finely chop it, put it in a bowl. And a lot of this I eyeball, so like, you know, it's up to you on how you want to do it. So I'm just gonna put in like that, 2 tablespoons of that. It's a half a cup ketchup, give or take. So squirty squirt. And then it's 1 cup of mayonnaise. Oops, I got a spoon out already for that. So I just put in about a cup of mayonnaise. A little bit like that. And then it calls for about a cup of relish. We'll eyeball that in there. And then it's salt and pepper, paprika, to give it that little bit of an orange taste. Just a little bit. Then you can add sugar and vinegar to this if you want. Just like a tablespoon of this and a tablespoon of that, you know, just to jizz it up. I'm just gonna do it like this for right now and taste it because I want it more for salad dressing than I do for the burger, but I'll see what it tastes like, if I like it or not. So we'll leave it like that for a second, get a spoon out. don't think it needs sugar because it's pretty sweet the way it is. I have vinegar out here. I'm gonna add just a little bit of vinegar. Like that. It was probably like a half a teaspoon I added in here. Yeah, very little. I should really get like plastic spoons or something because I go through so many spoons. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, okay. So there's the one sauce, done, over. Next one is a dill sauce. It's kind of like, I don't know if you go to Montana's or any other places. They have like a dill dipping sauce for your French fries. This is kind of like that, is what it is. So I'm just getting a smaller bowl out because I'm not making a lot of it. So it calls for about 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. I'm doing about 1/2 cup of everything, so just because I roll like that. And then it's gonna call for 1/2 cup of sour cream, which is basically what I have left in this tub from pierogi night. And then it says garlic powder. Lost a slipper. Some garlic powder, just like I would do like a teaspoon to start out with, and because you can always add, you can't take away, right? And then it wants some lemon juice. So I got 1 lemon here. I'm gonna cut it like that and then cut it again because I'm gonna use these lemons for the fish too, to cook with the fish tonight. So I'm just gonna add in 1 thing. If you don't have lemon juice, you can use vinegar too. So, you know, it's all good. So now I'm gonna take some dill here. I got some dill, fresh dill. Oh, it smells absolutely yummy. And I'm gonna add that into it. I'm gonna finely chop it. And again, I'm doing this up and I'm also gonna put this with, I'm cooking this, smoking this with the fish too. I'm putting dill on it. So that's why I'm doing so much. But you know, you don't need this for all your sauce, for all that dipping sauce. So I'm just gonna finely chop it like this. And then I'm just gonna add in, you know, about a tablespoon maybe of it. Just rinse off my hands here. Ugh, it smells like dill pickle chips. Oh, so good! So I'm just gonna mix this up. And I'm looking like it probably needs a little bit more dill. But I'm gonna get some toothpicks out to taste stuff with because I'm going through my spoons and I don't like that. So I'll just take a toothpick like this, put some dipping sauce on it. Yeah, it needs more dill. I have some dry dill I'm gonna add to it because sometimes that helps too. But other than that, it's like, it is good. It just needs a little bit more dill to it. Like the garlic is the right amount of garlic in there. It's just enough where you can think to taste it, but it's not like garlic. It's like, oh, that tastes a little bit like garlic. What is that? And sometimes you can put Parmesan cheese in here too, right? So I got a little bit more on a toothpick. I'm just gonna let this sit for a bit because it's kind of tastes dilly, but not really. But I'm gonna let it sit for a bit and get it all its, you know, combination together, because sometimes if you let it sit, it brings up more flavor to it. So with this other dill that I have here, is I'm just gonna put it in a bowl here and save it for when it's time to put dill in with my fish. I'll do that. And I've got dill everywhere now on my counter. But it smells so good. Holy cow. So I'm just gonna give my board a quick little rinsey rinse. Clean up here because I don't want any dill in my pasta salad. That's where I draw the line. So clean that up, put that down. Now I'll work on my pasta salad. Okay, so now what I add to it is some mayonnaise, Miracle Whip. I use Miracle Whip. I don't use mayonnaise. I don't use Hellmann's. if I'm doing Hellmann's, it's if I do Caesar dressing, I'll use Hellmann's. But other than that, I use Miracle Whip on everything. So, and then I'm gonna put in the last little bit of sour cream in here too. I got like dill in the back of my throat. I'm gonna take a drink. And then I add peppers to it. And that's it, that's my pasta salad. It's very, very easy. I just add the there, and I just chop these up finely and not very big pieces, just like so. And you can add some green onion in here too if you want. You can add cheese if you want. You can add ham if you want. If it's whatever you want to add into your pasta salad. Some people put peas, frozen green peas in here too, you know, whatever. This is just how I do mine. I'm not here to tell you how to do it. It's just, this is what I do. So you do whatever the heck you want for your pasta salad, because everybody has, you know, what they used to do, and oh, my mom did it like this, my mom did it like that, you know. I can't remember if my mom ever made me pasta salad, but and with this, I use this recipe, and I do it as a crab pasta salad too, or seafood. You can put seafood in this. This is what I make if I'm doing a seafood pasta salad, and it's one of Randy's favorites, but I think he's about the only one that likes it. And the people that I'm having for supper tonight, one of them doesn't really like, she likes fish, but doesn't like crab or shrimp and that kind of fish. She just likes fish that you catch in the water. Well, you catch the other stuff in the water, but you know what I mean, fish that you put on a hook. So I've just got 3 different kinds of peppers in here that I'm going to add to this pasta salad. And you can add green onions to this too if you want. But I'm just going to do the peppers with the mayonnaise. And then you can do salt and pepper if you want. You can add a bit of vinegar in here too. Like just for the sauce, I meant, like, you know. But I'm just gonna leave it like this. Salt and pepper, I'm probably gonna put some salt and pepper in here. And it's very dressing-y. It's got lots of dressing on it. So this took me roughly about 10 minutes, and I did up a pasta salad, 2 dipping sauces. So I'm just gonna go here and clean up my mess and get ready, because I'm gonna start doing the meat, get the meat and everything going. So I guess I should taste this, hey? Let's see if I have to add anything to it. Just one noodle. One noodle will do me. Yeah, it needs a little bit of pepper. So I'll add some pepper to it, and then I'll clean up and I'll come back to you. Okay, here is my beef stuff for hamburgers tonight. So my seasoning is, I usually do about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of each. So this is onion powder, ground mustard, garlic powder, Montreal steak spice. This I don't add as much to it, just enough that, probably like a tablespoon. I don't want it to taste like steak seasoning. And a little bit of chili powder. This I do about a couple teaspoons, because I don't want it to taste like chili. I want it to taste like a burger. And like I said, every time I use beef, I always put Worcestershire sauce in there too. So as much as you want, because everybody has, they like it or they don't. I like it, so I just add to it. And then we're gonna mix it up with our hands. You could add an egg to it if you want. I don't. We're smoking it, so it's not gonna be flipped or anything. You just put it on the smoker and let it cook, so. tell when you feel it too, like if it's gonna stick and make a good patty, like so, then you don't need any egg. But if it's falling apart, whatever. So I'm gonna leave mine like this now. I'm just gonna let it sit for an hour or so and get it all juicy and yummy and good, and there you go. There's your burger mix. Okay, so I'm back and I'm gonna do up my tilapia fish here. Never cooked this before. It is an actual fish. Here it is. Got it from Costco yesterday. I was kind of excited when I seen it. It says to, when I've researched it, because I've never cooked this fish before, to take it off the bone. So that means I have to fillet it. Kind of scared about doing that because I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to go get my fillet knife and we'll see what we can do here. I'll play with the one and see what I do. Okay, so I got my fillet knife out here and I'm going to start filleting it. So I'm going to just start at the back here, go against the bone. I guess you would do it like you would do any other kind of fish maybe, hey? Who knows? Never done this before. Fillet fish, but not this kind of fish. I'm trying to think of how you do it. Pickerel or jackfish, kind of in and around there. So I'm going to take the head off, I guess. Be good for a fish stock, but I'm not too keen in doing fish stocks. But there we go, is that. Oh, those bones are pretty big, hey? Interesting, very interesting. I have no idea what I'm doing here because it's kind of weird because it's not like a normal fish. Well, it is a normal fish, but it's not like a pickerel. It's not like a fish I've ever done before. So I'm butchering it very good. I'm doing a fine, fine job here, let me tell you, people. Okay. Can't get through the spine, that's my problem. And this is why I don't work with fish, right? There we go. Okay. So I got one off. Here's the other one. This has got lots of bones in it, though. It says to get rid of the bones, but I don't know. I think I'm going to cook with the bones in there because I think once it's smoked, it'll be fingered, and then you can take the bones out. So I'm going to do one like this, and I'm going to keep... let me see if maybe I can get this bone here off. This is a big bone here. That's a big spine right there. And just... I don't want to waste any of the fish because it's, you know, yummy, but I don't want to have this big spine there. And it says it takes, if you're doing a whole fish, that it takes about 2 hours to smoke it. So now I'm thinking that this isn't going to take very long because I've kind of almost filleted them a little bit, which isn't so good because then it won't take long to cook. So okay, so got some of the bones out of that one. There's a bit of a tail. Bones are still in this one, but whatever. I guess I want you to take it out because there's lots of stuff still in it, but that's what fish is like, right? I think this other one I'm going to keep whole. I'm going to smoke it whole, I think, because it's scaring me that... So this one here, I'm going to season it up with dill and lemon. And I think this whole one, I'm just going to do the salt and pepper and garlic on it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I think I'll just do it the way it is and just season the skin, salt and pepper and garlic, and just leave it like this. And then I've got that dill sauce that we can add to it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to smoke it the way it is. I'll just do it salt and pepper, and that's about it. So Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so now that I figured out in my head what I'm doing here, I will do a little lemon juice on here. Like so. Put some of this dill that we've cut up earlier on. I'll put it on here. Like so. There we go. And then I'm going to finally slice up some of this lemon that we used for that sauce, whatever. And I said we'll use some more later. So I'm just going to get as fine as you can get with wedges, because I cut them into wedges. Maybe I'll just do it this way. It'll be easier. Oh, there we go. Isn't that smart? It's a good thing I'm pretty. So I'm not the smartest one on the block sometimes. Okay, so there's the lemon on them. So I'm just going to cook them like that. I'm going to smoke them like that. Just put it on the smoker like that with the lemon. And that'll be the one side up. And this one here, I'm just going to season the outside with some pepper. And then we've got like a dill sauce that we can put on it afterwards to like when you have the fish flaking. And supposedly you don't have to flip this, so we'll see. That's what they say. Just let it go, smoke it and go. So there's that. Next I'm gonna do up my burgers, because they're all gonna, it all takes the same amount of time. It all takes about 2 hours or so. So my burgers I'm gonna do about 2 scoops each for each patty. So I'm gonna measure them out like this. So then they're all the same size, so they'll all cook evenly. So there won't be any people crying because, oh, mine's raw, or mine's not overcooked, or whatever. I've got extras here, but that's okay because good for leftovers for tomorrow. Right? Always thinking. Sometimes I think brightly, sometimes I don't. So I'm just gonna form these up. Make them into patties, like so. There we go. And then I'm gonna go outside and I'll get all the patty and all the stuff ready for the charcoals and everything to get them started and get them going, and then show you what it all looks like when it all gets in the smoker, and then my meat going on the smoker, and then I've got 2 hours of waiting to do while it's cooking, so I'll get back to you in just a bit. Okay, so I got all my fixings for my burgers. I've got cheese and onions and sauteed mushrooms, bacon, caramelized onions, some lettuce. That's for some of the burgers, so people can just make their own. And I've got all my patties formed here with my fish. I'm just gonna go outside and get the smoker started, and then show you how it all works. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit shaky, maybe, and a little bit not good, but I'll do my best. But I've got this here, these here. I got 2 of these. They're little white cube things. Look like pieces of styrofoam. If you can see them, if I can point them out. Never mind, I'll just do it like this. There. There, right there. And I've got this little compartment. Oh, this is not very good. I need to take this off of my selfie stick. It's not working very good. I don't know how to work it. Okay, so I got this thing here. And I got my briquettes in there. So now I'm just going to light this up down here, these little white things. Get them so I can get them on fire. If I did, I don't know. See, I'm not very good at this because I'm doing it with one hand, so this really sucks. So I'm just gonna light them up, light it up. There we go. So now that's gonna sit and they're gonna burn. I gotta get them red before I can put them in my smoker. So this is my smoker. This is what we're gonna go. Got me this fancy smoker. Pretty fancy, really like it. So I'm just gonna take, I'm gonna have to put you down for a second because I have to pull this lid off and it's pretty heavy. Alrighty, so I got a little thermometer here. Where's my camera? Whoa, thermometer there to watch my meat. This is the one tray, and then that's where I put my briquettes and stuff in there. So I'm just gonna take them out. Gotta take this thing out. Oh, it's heavy. And I just kind of brush it around and get rid of the old briquettes that are in there. And just kind of, there's big holes in the bottom, so all the dust goes underneath of it, and then I can just scoop it up afterwards, because I don't want the dust. I want all new briquettes in there, so it's nice and good. So I'm just going to brush this around and get rid of all the dust that's in here. And as you can see, if I move this, see that big pile of ash and stuff from the briquettes. So that's what I'm trying to get rid of. So it's all just briquettes in here. It's all going to be new briquettes going in. I'm just going to keep brushing this around, and then when it's done, I'm going to feel, well, the smoke is going right in my face right now. And that's okay though. So when I'm done, I just put a hole like this in the center here, and then all the burning ones that are in there, I pour in the middle here. I just pour in the middle, and then I just lift it and put it in the bottom of the smoker. All right, so I'm gonna put this back in here in the bottom, and then I'll put my grill on the top, because there's two grills. You can see, like, I've got a rack here and I can put a rack here, but this other rack is kind of hard to remove, so I only use the one rack. I'll put that rack in, and then I'll put my meat on, close the lid, and then let it do its thing for about 2 hours. So when it's ready to get back in, because I won't be able to do this because I have to work fast, so I'm just telling you what to do. So that way, when I go to put my lid on, you'll just see the meat at the final product. So this will be down there with the burning charcoals in there. It'll be down there, and it's got a little spout down there, and then it's got little pipes here to turn on and off, so it can keep the temperature going. And then I put the thermometer in there, and then I have a little, see how it has two? It's got this hole and that. This one here I can open up and I put a this one here I can open up and I can put a flashlight in there, and then I can read the thermometer to make sure that it's staying at about 210 is what you want. About 200, 210. And then I've got one here that's not in a package. It hasn't been used, so it's nice and clean, because this one here you can't really see, but you can see the arrow when it's pointing, so then I can look at this one and go, okay, I know where the temperature is, cool. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to sit and wait. It's going to take about 20 minutes or so to get those things heated up. So I'll just get everything set up. Okay, I don't know if you can see it very good or not, but you can see how there's a flame coming up and they're getting kind of red like that. That's what I'm wanting, but a little bit more. So I'm just going to let it go a little bit more. And I'm going to add it in here. Lift this, put it in here. Then do my grill. Got my meat ready. Throw my meat on there, and then we're good to go with the smoking. Okay, so there you go. It's all ready with the meat on there. So I'm just going to let it up, and it'll sit for 2 hours, and we'll see what it looks like after. Okay, so I forgot to post my after smoking plate of food. So sorry about that. The fish, not so good. It was okay, but it wasn't anything I would do again, and I found it really greasy. So maybe it's just that kind of fish, but I don't know if I'd buy it again. The burgers were good. Had a bit of a smoke taste to them. I don't know. I don't know if I'd smoke a burger again, but it was okay. And the cake that I did the chocolate with the orange icing on it. No one liked the icing. They said it was too buttery and too much of an orange taste to it. So guess I won't be doing that either. So anyways, supper, not so good tonight.